John Dalton was a man who changed the world of science. He was born on September 6, 1766, in a small town called Eaglesfield in England. When he was a young boy, he loved to learn. He was very curious about how the world worked. His father was a weaver, and his family was not very rich. But John was very smart, and he worked hard to learn new things. He studied hard even though his family could not afford to send him to a big school. At the age of 12, John began teaching at a school in a nearby town. He taught children who were younger than him. John's love for science grew as he continued to learn and teach. He read many books, and soon he became very interested in chemistry and physics. These subjects were new and exciting, and John wanted to know more about them. In 1793, when John was 27 years old, he moved to the city of Manchester. There, he became a teacher at a school. He also started to meet many scientists and other smart people. They would talk about different ideas, and John began to think deeply about how the world worked. One of his biggest ideas was about atoms. John Dalton is most famous for his work on the atomic theory. This theory said that everything in the world is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Before Dalton, people didn't know about atoms in the way we understand them today. Some people thought that matter, like the air or water, was just one thing, and they didn't understand that everything is made of very small pieces. But Dalton's theory changed that. John Dalton thought that each kind of matter, like oxygen, nitrogen, or hydrogen, was made of different types of atoms. He also believed that each atom was very small, and could not be broken into smaller pieces. This idea was important because it helped scientists to understand how different materials reacted with each other. One of Dalton's important discoveries was about color blindness. Dalton himself had color blindness, which meant that he couldn't see some colors as well as other people. He noticed that other people had the same problem. This led him to study color blindness, and he was the first to write a paper about it. He explained that color blindness was caused by the way the eyes work. This discovery helped people understand the condition better. Dalton was a hard worker, and he spent many years studying science. He was very careful when he did experiments. He would write down all of his ideas and results in books. His books were full of important information that other scientists could use. Many of the ideas he wrote about helped to explain how the world worked. John Dalton's atomic theory was not accepted by everyone at first. Some people did not believe in his ideas. They thought that he was wrong, and that his theory could not be true. But over time, more and more scientists began to see that Dalton's ideas made sense. His work became very important in the field of chemistry. Dalton's theory helped explain many things. For example, it helped scientists understand how different gases mix together. It also helped explain how different chemicals react with each other. Dalton's ideas led to new discoveries in chemistry. His work laid the foundation for the study of atoms and molecules, which is still important today. Dalton also made important contributions to the study of gases. In the early 1800s, scientists were studying the way gases behave. They wanted to know how gases change when they are heated or cooled. Dalton worked with other scientists to study gases and their properties. He discovered that different gases mix together in a predictable way. This discovery helps scientists understand more about how gases work. In addition to his work on atoms and gases, Dalton was also interested in the study of weather. He kept careful records of the weather in Manchester, and he made charts and tables to show how the weather changed over time. His weather records helped people understand more about the climate in England. They also helped scientists study how weather patterns work. John Dalton was a man who loved science and wanted to understand the world better. His work in chemistry, physics, and the study of gases changed the way people thought about matter. He was one of the first people to develop the idea of atoms, and his discoveries helped to shape the future of science. In his later years, Dalton continued to work and study. He was a quiet man, and he did not like to be in the spotlight. He was more interested in his work than in fame or recognition. However, people began to recognize his achievements. In 1826, John Dalton received a special honor from the Royal Society of London, one of the most important scientific organizations in the world. He was awarded a gold medal for his work on atomic theory and his contributions to science. John Dalton died on July 27, 1844, at the age of 77. His work continues to influence scientists today. His atomic theory laid the groundwork for much of modern chemistry and physics. Even though he lived a long time ago, his ideas are still important. Today, scientists still study atoms, and they continue to use Dalton's ideas to learn more about the world around us. Dalton's story is a great example of how hard work and curiosity can lead to important discoveries. He was not born into a rich family, but he used his love of learning to become one of the most important scientists in history. His work changed the way we understand the world, and helped to make science what it is today. John Dalton's legacy will always be remembered, and his discoveries will continue to help scientists for many years to come.